everybody, this is Allie. Welcome back to my channel Color Mama 360. It's time for another video, so good morning, good night, good middle of the night, depending on when you're watching. I am back with another tag video today, and today's tag video is the coloring passport tag. So I'm going to explain how this tag works in just a second, but I wanted to cover a few things first. There is another travel tag out there right now too, created by Escape to Coloring, and I thought that her tag was so awesome. You get to choose 15 books that you would take with you on vacation, and there's some different questions you can answer for each. I took a little bit of a different path with mine, but I thought that since they were both travel themed, I wanted to mention Escape to Coloring's tag as well. I will try to remember to link their channel down in the description. So my tag idea came about because usually in the summer, as with a lot of people, we go on a trip where, we just take a family vacation. But this year we're not going on a trip because we had a home improvement project to pay for. And while we very much love the way that turned out, it did make me feeling a little nostalgic or sad for, that travel bug and getting to go somewhere else in the summertime. So I decided to kind of take that nostalgia that I was feeling or that travel bug and create some different vacation types that are all here in this cup. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I would pack in my bag coloring wise for each type of vacation. So if you want to do this tag as well, I will put all of the scenarios linked in the description in a Google Doc. You actually don't really need to cut them out. I just did it this way just for fun. I'm really into putting things in a cup and drawing them out randomly right now. You can also plan what you can plan ahead of time what you would bring for each scenario, or you can do it on the spot. So with that being said, hopefully that makes sense. If not, once we get going and you've seen a couple, then I think it will make a little bit more sense. So let's see what our first vacation is. The staycation. It may not be a luxurious vacation, but you're staying at home and have no plans, no obligations, nobody else to take care of, and nothing else to do. You just get to stay home all day and spend your time however you would like for 2 days. Okay, the staycation. Well, this is an easy one because I would have all of my supplies already. So what I will show you instead of what I would bring with me is probably what I would work on if this was happening very soon. Okay, so if this staycation was happening like right now, what I would probably spend my time working on over the 2 days is Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosannes. As you guys know, I've been working on this double page spread, just kind of chipping away. Haven't made it too far, just done the stonework up to here. So for that, I would also need my polychromos because that's what I've been using. And then probably some Albrecht as well. I haven't been basing the stonework just because the gray is already so light that it didn't really feel like it was making that much of a difference. But for some of the elements, I might also use my Albrecht to base. So I would spend some time working on that. And then I would also spend some time working in Spirit Animals by Hannah Carlzon. Again, I've been working away at another double page spread in here. And this one, I might actually, if I was to sit down and work on this during a 2-day long staycation, I definitely think I could get it done. So I'm getting closer and closer. And for this, I would need, well, I've already based everything, so I would really just need my Prismacolor pencils, except for I haven't based the person or the chameleons or the bugs, so probably still Prismacolor pencils and Albrecht. So, and just to break things up a little bit, because these are two kind of complicated double page spreads that I'm using a lot of pencil in, I would also probably have my Capybara Cuties book on hand, just so that I could dip in and out if I felt like doing some alcohol marker work. So those are the 3 books that I would work on currently if I was to do a 2-day staycation. All right, let's see what our next vacation is. The cross-country road trip. You're doing a cross-country road trip across the USA, lots of driving time and some motel night stays. 3 weeks stay. Okay, let me go grab what I would pack in my coloring bag if I was going on a cross-country road trip. Okay, if I was going on a cross-country road trip, I think I would go with some hardback books just because when you're on the road and you're going in and out of different places, I wouldn't want my books to get ruined or anything like that. And so I think the hardback books would be a little bit more durable for something like this. So I picked out fairy tales and folklore. And I'm not going to show you like a page that I think I would color because I honestly have no idea, but just to give you an idea of what's in here. And then I also picked out Summer Nights, which I thought was a fun one because I'm assuming that this vacation is in summer. It could be other times. And then I also picked out Maria Trolle's Nightfall. So I felt like these were a good combination. They're hardback, so that was one thing I took into consideration. Three different artists was another thing because I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks, and I figure this would be a good variety. So 3 books for 3 weeks. And then some supplies that I would pack. So I wouldn't want to bring too much because, again, we're on a road trip, so there's only so much space in the car. So I'd probably just bring my Prismacolors. Um, and then for pretty much all of these vacations, I would bring this pencil case. And this is just where I keep like my essentials. So I have my Derwent electric eraser, my makeup brush that I use to get the pencil shavings off, an Artistro white paint pen, gold Signo pencil sharpener. I have some random Prismacolors and stuff in here too, but I also have a white Signo, a silver Signo, and a black jelly roll. So the pencil case will probably be for all of the vacations. I'm not going to show you what's in it every time because it's just going to stay the same. But I would also definitely bring my pencil case on the road trip. Now, I don't really color in the car. I find that really hard. But I could see maybe some opportunities for like if I'm waiting in the car for something. So it may be good to that these are hardback because it would be a little bit easier to color in the car if for some reason I needed to. So that is what I would pack for the road trip. If I was to go on a road trip for 3 weeks across the country, let's see what our next vacation is. I believe there's 10 vacations total, so hopefully this video isn't too long. The no phone cabin. You rent a secluded cabin hidden deep in the woods with zero internet or cell service, focused entirely on relaxing by the campfire and enjoying nature. 5 day stay. Okay, I think I would bring a lot to this one. Let me go and grab what I would bring. Okay, so I have a lot for this one because I would definitely want to make sure that I have lots of coloring to do. Not that I'm a huge internet person in the first place, but I definitely think I would want to utilize that time. So I have quite a few books that I would bring to the no phone cabin, including A Million Dragons. I'm actually not going to flip through all of these just because we'll be here all day, but I would bring A Million Dragons by Lulu Mayo, Starkana Wave Song by Ash Magawa, Color Me Dinosaurs for Kids by Ella Yarzenbach, Circle of Life by Malkameni Hatsupanagatu. You can ignore my stickers, those are for something else. And Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosannes. And let me just do a quick reasoning on these. So, A Million Dragons, I feel like, I just wanted a Lulu Mayo book in there, to be honest. Starkana, just something that I can do both alcohol marker and pencil on again. So some alcohol marker basing. Same with this one. This one to mix it up a little bit and get some Tombow basing in there. And then this one because this is one of my favorite Kirby books and I think it would be fun to just have the time to come in and do one of these more complicated pages if I wanted to. So with that being said, let me show you what supplies I would bring to color in all of these books. So I would probably, like I said, bring my Tombows. Now, they're in this giant case. I think I would probably put them in more of a pencil case type travel case because this isn't going to travel well. It's bulky, it's big, but I would definitely want to bring my Tombows. And then, as you heard me say, I have some books that I would want to use alcohol marker in. So I would bring my Ohuhu alcohol markers. And climate wise, I did consider which climates would be good for alcohol markers and which would not. So I knew road trip probably not because they would be sitting in the car, but I think the no phone cabin would be okay. And then, of course, I would probably want to bring my Prismacolors because I love my Prismacolors and I think I would use them the most. And then I would also bring my nope, wrong pencil case. My Albert Durs because I like to base with those as well. And then sometimes I'll go in and do Prismacolor over the top. Now, I would also want to bring my swatch deck cards from Lucy Fox, just in case I needed those. And along with those, I would also want to bring some of my color palettes from Johanna Stone because I'm not going to have internet service. So, or internet, yeah, I won't have internet, so I won't be able to look up color palettes or colors or anything like that online. So I think those would be really important for this one as well. And then, of course, pencil case. So that is a lot, but that is everything I would bring to the no phone cabin. I'd probably need like a whole separate suitcase just for coloring stuff to go to the no phone cabin, but that is everything I would bring there. So let me just move these aside and then I can put all this stuff away in a second. Let's draw our next vacation. The European adventure. You fly into Italy and travel European countries, primarily by train, staying in different towns. 1 month stay. Ooh, this is going to be a hard one because if I'm traveling around, I'm not going to be able to bring a lot with me, but I'm also going to be gone for a month. So, yes, this is going to be an interesting one. Let me go see what I would pack for the European adventure vacation. Okay, like I said, this is a hard one because I'm going to be gone for a month. So I don't want to just bring one book with me, but also I don't want things to take up a lot of space because I'm going to be traveling around. So I picked some of my smaller books, including Flowerscape by Maggie and Terrios. And then I also would bring A Million Hugs and Kisses by Lulu Mayo. Of course, got to get one of Rita Berman's travel books in there. So I would bring Africa. And of course, again, Small Victories, everybody's travel book, I think. So I feel like these are a good size. I could fit them all in my bag easily. But then the question becomes, what do I bring for supplies? And I don't think I could realistically bring more than one pencil set. So of course I'm going to go with the Prismacolors again. And then my case. So I think that would be manageable, in a backpack or something like that. But yeah, that was a hard one because, like I said, I would want to make sure to have enough books to keep me busy, but I also can't bring too many books because I'm going to be traveling around a lot. So I think that this would be a great setup for the European adventure vacation. Okay, let's see what our next vacation is. The Quiet Farm Stay. Ooh, this one. Okay, so this one's kind of like the No Phone Cabin, but a little bit of a different scene. You're staying at a quiet vineyard or countryside farm a few hours from home, surrounded by nature, rolling hills, and fresh food. Mostly staying on the farm during the day and at night, some quick visits into town. 1 week stay. All right, let me go and show you guys what I would pack for the farm stay vacation. Okay, I don't think my farm stay packing list has quite as much as the no phone cabin, but somewhere around that same idea. So I would bring Capybara Cuties. Again, just some quick alcohol marker pages. Little Folk by Christine Caron. I think it would be fun to have the option to do some portraits. Of course, I would have to bring Romantic Country, just almost solely due to the theme. I think it would be fun. Now, I don't think my farm stay is going to be quite as luxurious as some of the areas in this book, but I could definitely see some. Yeah, I think it would be fun just to kind of have this theme of book with me. And then another just quick alcohol book that's kind of a combination. Quicker than Capybara Cuties, but not as long as a pencil page, would be Color Me Mermaids for Kids by Ella Yarzenbeck. So with those in mind, I would definitely want to bring my alcohol markers since I'm bringing Capybara Cuties and Color Me Mermaids. And then I think I would also bring again my Prismacolors. They're just, I like Prismacolors. I know some people don't, but they're my favorite pencil. So I feel pretty confident with them in most books. And then again, I think I would bring my swatch cards and some color palettes. Don't know what the internet service is like, but I also feel like they're just easy to have available. And my pencil case. So that is what I would bring for the farm stay. Okay, just a few vacations left. Ooh, the Christmas family reunion. It's Christmas time and everyone in the family is coming together to stay at a snowy cabin, 3 day stay. So not too long of a stay. Obviously, I'm definitely going to need to bring some Christmas books if it's Christmas time. So let me go show you what I would pack for the Christmas family reunion. Okay, so I would just bring two books with me because it's only a 3 day stay. I would bring Home for the Holidays by Teresa Goodridge. This is one of my favorite Teresa Goodridge Christmas books. And then, of course, I would also bring Merry Christmas by Hannah Carlzon. Now, I'm switching it up just a tad. I am still going to bring my alcohol markers. I like to use those in Teresa Goodridge books. But this time, I think I would go ahead and also bring my Polychromos instead of my Prismacolor. So yeah, this would be what I would pack for the Christmas family reunion. A couple Christmas books, alcohol markers, and some Polychromos, and of course, pencil case. Pretty much pencil case wherever I'm going. All right, let's see what our next vacation is. I think we only have two left. The cruise. You're going on a cruise. The exclamation point was very intentional here. It's a 10-day long cruise where you will have some days at sea and others at port. 10-day stay. Ooh, okay. I definitely think I'm going to want to bring some water themed books. I like to color in like the atmosphere, kind of like how a lot of us are seasonal colorists. I also like to color based on the atmosphere around me. So if I was going to like Alaska or something like that, I would probably want some more winter books. If I'm going to be on a cruise, I would assume I'm probably going to be coloring the most on the days that we are at sea. So I think I'll want some water books. Let me go and grab the stuff that I would bring on the cruise. Okay, so I think I would probably just stick with 3 books for the 10 days. I'd bring A Million Sea Creatures by Lulu Mayo, Tales from Atlantis by Hannah Carlzon. And then just to mix things up a little bit in case I'm sick of the water theme so that I have more options, Small Victories by Johanna Basford. But there are also some water theme pages in here. So this would be a good book to kind of break up water pages or if I just wanted to color something a little bit smaller. Now, a cruise, so I'm probably going to have to travel on a plane because I can't, the state I live in, I wouldn't be able to leave straight from. So I'd want to be pretty intentional about what I bring, but I think I would bring my Albert Durs. So they're a little bit of a smaller pencil case. And then the Prismacolors. So hopefully I could fit all that in maybe my carry-on and then of course pencil case. But yeah, so that is what I would bring if I was going on a cruise. And let's look. Oh, we actually have 2 vacations left. So this one I got cut off, so I had to write the rest of it on the back. But this is the girls' trip vacation. So you're heading out for a trip with the girls. This trip includes a short plane ride to a neighboring state and then a stay at an amazing Airbnb complete with everything you need to relax, including a pool itinerary. A pool itinerary is a mix of lounging around the house days, spa days, and other outdoor activities. 4 day stay. Okay, so this one's a bit of a mix too. I have to think about this one for a minute because I'm not sure what I would bring to this. But I have some ideas. So let me go and grab what I would pack for the girls' trip vacation. Okay, I'm actually going to keep this one really simple. I'm just going to bring Johanna Basford World of Flowers. I really like to just go in on some of these more detailed pages, like these wallpaper pages or something that's a little bit repetitive that I can just use the same color combination. And I'm thinking on this type of vacation, I'm going to want something that's not going to involve a lot of like thinking through color palettes and stuff like that. So I'm just going to bring World of Flowers, my Prismacolors, and my pencil case. And yeah, this one was actually ended up being really simple. And I think that this fits what I would do on a vacation like that. Okay, let's see what our last, nope, still have two more. I am not counting correctly. Okay, all-inclusive resort. You travel to an all-inclusive resort by plane in a different country. Most days are excursion days where you leave to do stuff, and some leisure days are at the resort sprinkled in. 2 weeks stay. Okay, so this is another one I don't know that I would bring a lot to if I'm going to mostly be out doing stuff, but let me go grab some things and I'll show you what I would pack. Okay, actually, I would pack a couple of things because I reread the vacation, and since it's a 2 week stay, I think I would still want some variety, but I'm just going to stick with two books. So I bring A Million Sea Creatures by Lulu Mayo and Hidden Earth by Rita Berman. And then I would bring my Albert Durs again and Prismacolors and pencil case. So kind of somewhere in the middle, not as many books, but then that would leave me room to have two sets of pencils. So that is what I would bring to the all-inclusive. And one thing that I've forgotten with the vacations that I would bring the Albert Durs is I like to activate them with water. So obviously I can probably find water in a lot of these places, but I would need to bring a water brush, and I would probably just put that into my pencil case because it would fit in there. So all right, that is what I would bring to the resort. Okay, seriously, this time, our last vacation, the weekend visit. You're heading out to visit family for the weekend who live about 4 hours away, a 2 day stay. Okay, so pretty close to home, 2 day stay. Let's see what I would bring. Okay, I would still bring two books just so that I would have a little bit of variety. So I think I'd bring Hidden Earth again by Rita Berman and then The Flower Year by Layla Dooley. Now, we all know I avoid this book like the plague, so don't know that I would actually color in it, but at least I would have variety, and maybe it would get me to color in it if that was, if I only had two choices. And then Prismacolors and pencil case. I think that would be good for just the weekend. Not too much, not too little, somewhere around just right. Okay, guys, well, that is all the vacations that I have to show you today as far as what I would pack for these different types of vacations. If you're interested in doing this tag, as you know, I usually don't tag specific people, but I am very, very, very much willing to allow, like, you can go and do this tag. I'm not going to be upset about it. I would just prefer that everybody feel like they could do it, and I don't want to put certain people on the spot if it's not their thing. So yeah, I'm not going to tag anybody specific, but if you're interested in doing this tag, I will link the Google Doc below. Make sure to tag me because one of my favorite things is watching your version. Honestly, I almost like that more than making it myself, but I guess they'll just be tied right now. Anyways, I will stop talking and let you guys go. But this was super fun. I loved kind of getting an idea of what I would pack for different vacations and things like that. And I tried to think practically while also creatively at the same time. And that was both a challenge and very fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, check out Escape to Coloring's travel video, and I will link all of the vacations down in the description along with Escape to Coloring's channel. All right, everybody, I will see you next time. Happy coloring. Bye.